everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some of my tips and tricks and techniques about how to apply makeup with glasses on, because sometimes your contacts don't work. Sometimes you need to wear glasses if you're as blind as I am, because trust me, I am very, very blind. Like, my eyesight is almost as bad as my dad's, and my dad is in his 40s. So sometimes you just need to use your glasses and you don't want to because makeup sucks and you don't really know how to apply it without, mess and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys some of my tips and tricks on how to do that, because I have had glasses since I was in 4th grade, believe it or not, even though I don't wear them in front of the camera a lot. So I will show you guys that, and let's get started. It's basically going to look like a regular makeup routine, but there's a couple other things that I'll show you guys that I do to prevent different spots on your face and the spots right here, stuff like that. So let's get started. Okay guys, now there's no good way to put on makeup with your glasses on, which kind of sucks. So I usually grab a mirror that's just a regular face mirror. This one's my sister's because I don't actually have one. So I just grab a mirror like this, and I'll use that usually instead of going all the way up to the mirror that's right in front of me. I'll grab one of these. So first I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Master Prime. It says by Face Studio. I've talked about this in other videos. It's a lot like basically Smashbox primer. So I usually grab about that much. Not like you can really see it, but I usually grab about that much, and that's usually enough for my entire face. So then I just take my other finger and wipe it like this. And then I blend it in with my hands. Under here. I personally don't put any of this on my nose because my nose, the makeup just tends to wipe away. I don't really know what's up with that, but it's usually what happens. So then I will take off my glasses and I'll just rub it on my face like it's lotion. Not getting any on my nose. And it also helps, if you have long eyebrows like I do, keeping your eyebrows down, because sometimes I'll wake up and I sleep on somewhere with my eyebrows or something, and they're all kinky and weird and gross, kind of like your hair gets. So yeah, that's how I do that. So I obviously cannot see a thing, I cannot even see the camera or anything like that, but I do have my primer on. And then I take my foundation, and today I'm going to be using my Face Tape foundation from Tarte. I can't even see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. Lately, I've been really into applying my foundation with a brush instead of a beauty blender. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I generally take one pump and do it like this. But it's kind of hard, especially having the foundation on your hand and then trying to do your makeup without it dripping. It's very challenging. And I don't swipe it across my face. I just kind of blot and go down. So then there's not so many brush streaks. And if you're like me, you have to get the mirror really close to your face because you can't see a thing. Okay, now that my face is for the most part pretty evenly covered, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, where is it? I can't see, I'm blind. I'm going to take it's from KKWB. I'm trying to think of what it is. Contour stick. My cream contour stick from KKW Beauty. I use the shade Light 1. I think it's Light 1. And I'm going to take it like this. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to trace it like this, because it's actually supposed to go more lifting your cheekbones up instead of straight down like this. So first I draw a line on each side of my face. And then I go under here. And on this side. and you're gonna say, oh, Carrie, that looks so crazy, you're not gonna be able to blend that in, just trust me on this, okay? Just trust me on this. Okay. And it's okay if it doesn't look perfectly even because of the fact that you're going to be blending it in, so it doesn't really matter. Because blending it means moving it, so yeah. And then I usually take my brush like this, and then, well, not brush like this, just kidding. I take, here it is. It is my JS3 brush from the first Jeffree Star collection that he did with Morphe for his brushes. And this is a contour brush, so I take this and I just kind of start blending it in. And if my contour gets too intense, then I will actually blend it more, and I'll put a translucent powder over it, like a setting powder, so that it doesn't look too overwhelming. And usually at this point is when I need to like put my glasses on. And you can touch it up too if you need to. But I usually put my glasses on at this point so that I can see like what I've done so far. And if it looks too dark at all. And it doesn't look too dark. So then I go on the other side, do the same thing. Like that. And then usually for my nose, obviously take my glasses off and see how there's like a stripe right there. I'll usually take a beauty blender like this and I will go like this. So that the contour isn't completely gone, but it's blended in rather than wiped away. Because I don't put as much on my nose. And then that gets away that mark from your glasses as well. And then I usually take any blush that I'm going to apply. Okay, I usually take any blush that I'm going to apply. At this point, I apply it. I just use this palette that's from this past winter when Ulta has all those little like stocking stuffers and stuff like that. It works pretty good for me. It's called Sweet and Shimmer palette. It looks like that. It's faded on the front because I use it so much. And I go in with this darker shade right here. Like that. Can't see. You can't even see. Like this. And go like this. And my goal for my blush usually is that it kind of blends into my contour a little bit so it looks more natural. Instead of just having one pink thing right there. Same thing again, going in here. Looks like this. And then going right here. And then I'll usually check in my big mirror. Make sure that it looks okay, it doesn't look insane. Good. So, when I'm done with that, and then I usually do my highlighter, which I'm trying to find the brush for. Okay, this is my highlighter brush that I use. It's from the Jeffree Star collection with Morphe. It's the JS4 brush. And then I usually take this brush, which is the JS7, and I comb my eyebrows because, girl, if you're like me, your eyebrows are long, long, long. So then I do it like that, and then I don't have to fill in my eyebrows, which I'm very fortunate. Like some people do, but I don't, so I never really do anything with brows. And then I can't open this like at all, so I take this and jam it in there and open it like so. And then I've got a mirror in here. Take it like this. Put that highlight on. I don't usually put my highlight on my chin or anything like that. So I usually go back and forth for my nose like this. Go under. But I'll do it today. And I don't usually apply too much to my chin either. So then I'm done with that. And now I just put it all over my face except for my nose, because the nose is really what I want to focus on, because that's where you're going to have more indenting. You might have some indenting down here too, depending on what your glasses shape is. But you're really going to have indenting right here because that's where your glasses sit. So I usually take this, put some in here. And you don't need too much. I usually I have, you can't even, I have like this much in there. So you don't need a lot, which is a very key thing. I take it and I put it on my brush, tap some off my brush, and then I hit those key points on my nose, which is going to be like over here, right here, to make sure that my foundation doesn't indent very much. And it usually doesn't affect the highlight as long as you don't brush it directly on the highlight. So I'll do it like that. I'll probably do it some up here. Some up here. Because that's going to be your big problem spot. And then make sure that I get under my chin and everything as well, so it doesn't get really on my clothes as much. Kind of helps hold the foundation in. And then my powder is all done. So after I do this part, I usually put my glasses on, make sure that everything looks good, obviously, because half the time I can't see what I'm doing. So it looks pretty good to me. Sometimes I'll just go like this, make sure that there's no like cakey spots with powder or anything like that. So then I usually will set my face after this to make sure that the powder and everything stays set and in place. See, even that made a huge improvement. You're still going to have a little bit of indenting, but like it is nowhere near as bad as last time when I took my glasses off. So then I take my setting powder, or not setting powder, setting spray, like this. And then sometimes I go like this to make sure that my face dries fast enough. And then after I do all this, that's when I move on to the eye look. So I'm ready to decide what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be right back. Alright, so today I think I'm going to do more of a smoky look. So I'm going to take my eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay. And I'm going to go like this. And remember, I can't talk. Remember what I said about the mirror? It really comes in handy at this point. So then I make sure I put this everywhere that I want eyeshadow right now. And what I usually do is I lay down about half of it, because otherwise it'll dry and it won't apply eyeshadow as well. So then I apply about half of it with the wand. I'll take my finger and I'll go like this, kind of dab it down to make sure that it's everywhere that I want it to be. I'm actually going to use my Jeffree Star and Morphe collaboration palette, and I'm going to go into the color Vroom Vroom, which is kind of like a smoky gray color, like that. And I'm going to pack it down on the outer corner. So then it kind of looks like so, and then I'll do it to the other eye. Okay guys, now as strange as it seems, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into Fast Lane. So it's this black color at the edge right here. And I'm just going to dip into it a little bit, like literally that much, a couple dabs. And then I'm going to go right here and I'm just going to gently put it in my inner corner. Like even just gently putting it in my inner corner, like look what a difference that made compared to this side. It is insane. Because I want to do more of a smoky eye look. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And this is a very, very pigmented black. So you really do have to be careful with how much you put on your brush. Woo, girl. Okay, now that I have that part done, I'm actually going to go into this color, Custom Rims. It is super shimmery and so pretty. It's even, in my opinion, more shimmery than Millions. So I'm going to go into that one. Let me just grab a brush. Woo! So I'm going to grab a brush. Excuse my dirty brushes. Sometimes when I'm using close to the same colors, like I don't really clean them. Oh, forgot to go and gotta apply this again. The same way that I did before. I'm gonna go in the corner this time. And I only do one eye at a time because like I said before, this stuff can dry out really fast. And then I just dab it like this with my finger. And then you can see it right there. Take a clean brush, go into custom rims. Like, it is so shimmery, it's not even funny. And apply it. It's like a brushed metal basically, like it's so wild. So then, in the end, it looks like that. And it'll look better once you put eyeshadow on it too. And once you do a little bit more touching up, sometimes if it's too sparkly, I like to actually take the color from before, like that transition color, which we had for Vroom Vroom as the transition color, and then I'll actually go over it a little bit just to dim it down. Because you don't want it to be super sparkly in every single spot. That's the thing. Okay. And then do it again on this side. Yep, and like that, and then I'll touch it up. Then after I touch it up, what I've been trying to do lately is do a little bit under my eye. So I'm gonna go in with a brush such like this. It's like a little paintbrush basically. I mean, it's a makeup brush, but it's like a little paintbrush. And then I'm gonna actually spray it with some of this to make it more pigmented, even though we're not going into a shimmer. So I sprayed it. I'm gonna go into the color Vroom Vroom again, that gray color right there. And it gives it so much pigment on there. So then take this and go under my eye. And you don't want to make it super, super dark. You just want to make it more of like a subtle shadow. And there is a difference between this eye and this eye. This eye has some on there, this eye doesn't. So then I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Okay, now that I'm done doing that, we actually have a shimmer there already, but I'm going to take Welcome, and I'm going to actually dab into that with my finger, and then I'm going to go to my inner corner. Because this one's more of not so intense, but it's nice and like a creamy shadow. It's subtle, but it's also very pretty. And then I'm going to go in with my eyeliner. I'm going to want my glasses in the sink. Okay, now that my eyeliner is all done, and like I said to you before, I'm going to be straight and honest with you guys. They are never twins usually, they are sisters, which means that one looks different than the other, which is fine. Most of the time with glasses you can't really tell, so I don't freak out over it too much and like redo it when I have glasses on, because most people don't notice the difference between the two. So then I did my top eyeliner. I am going to go in with my bottom eyeliner, which my bottom eyeliner looks real crusty, but it's fine. Okay, and then after I do my bottom eyeliner, I usually like to take a setting spray and go over my eyes just to make sure that that powder stays in place. And then I will do my mascara. Now my look is pretty much complete. After I put my mascara on, I like to do one final setting spray just to make sure that I get everything set. I love that mist. It's so good. Another tip is wait until your setting spray absolutely dries until you put your glasses on, because if you don't, it'll most likely wipe some of the makeup off, and then you're sitting here like, okay, well that took forever for literally no reason, so that's great. So it's almost dry enough to put my glasses on. Does anybody else ever find that when you put setting spray on, like sometimes it'll dry down in one place really fast and then the other place is just like kind of wet, and then you're just like waiting and waiting and waiting for it to dry down? Because like definitely happens to me. I should probably get a fan to do this, like one of those handheld fans, just like, yeah. thoughts from me. Okay, now mine is pretty much dried down, so I'll take my glasses. Now for my lips, I'm going to go in with a lip liner in the shade Pumpkin, and then a classic iconic 2 color from KKW Beauty. These are the cream lipsticks, so I'm going to go in with those quick. Now please excuse my dusty, crusty, dry lips from fall weather, but this is my final look. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know your guys' issues. I would love to hear them, love to address them. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. I hope you have a great fall day. Bye.